Hello, thank you again for visiting my channel today. I'm going to read to you the Less is More Act as it's written on the page, and I'll also try to go through some of it. You can also find this at lessismore.com or going on Google and searching Less is More New York. You can also add your name as a supporter for the parole reform in New York State. Less is more is very important for New York State. There are approximately 35,000 people under active parole supervision in New York State who at any time can see their efforts successfully rejoining the workforce and reintegrate into their families and their communities disrupted by reincarceration for a technical violation. This not only harms an individual's lives and the families without commensurate public safety gains, but also drives up the population in the state prisons and jails, wasting taxpayer money. $90 million a year, or over $600 million a year going to technical violations. New York imprisons more people for technical violations of parole, like missing an appointment with a parole officer, being a little late on a curfew, or testing positive for alcohol or drugs. These are all non-criminal offenses. These are non-criminal technical parole violations. Less is More Community Supervision Revocation Reform Act is Senate Bill 1144, the Benjamin Bill, or the Forrest. Developed by people on parole currently incarcerated in New York, family members, the Cattell Center, Unchained, Justice Lab at Columbia, A More Just New York City, Legal Aid, and more. The bill is sponsored by New York State Senator Brian Benjamin and Assembly Farrah Forrest. The provisions are restricting the use of incarceration for technical parole violations. Incarceration would be eliminated as a sanction for most technical violations. Certain technical violations could still result in jail time, but it would be capped at the maximum of 30 days. Now it's like 1 to 5 years, as it is today, that they could violate and give you time for. Also bolstering due process. Rather than being automatically detained in local jails, people accused of a technical violation of parole would be issued a written notice of violation with a date to appear in court and would remain at liberty for any hearings. That would be useful, especially defending ourselves out here. People on parole accused of a new criminal offense would be afforded a recognizance hearing in a local criminal court before they are detained, and the standards of the bail reform statute will apply. Next one, providing speedy hearings. Persons under community supervision shall be afforded a speedy adjudicatory hearing upon an alleged violation of their conditions of release. Hearings would be conducted within 30 days rather than taking up to 105 days. The next one and last one is providing earned time credits. People under community supervision would be eligible to earn 30-day earned time credit reduction in their community supervision period for every 30-day period in which they do not violate a condition of their supervision. That is an incentive, a good incentive, and it would work. The parole officer can send you back to jail the first time you violate. If a people likes you, they give you a couple of breaks. It's all arbitrary. There are no concrete things there. That's what Charles Walker said in 2017. By numbers, 6,300 of people on parole whom New York State sent back to prison in 2016, over 6,300 or 65% were reincarcerated for technical parole violations, like I said, urine, missing a parole hearing. Nearly 1/3 new admissions to state prisons are due to people reincarcerated for technical violations of parole. 86% of the people on parole who were reincarcerated were not convicted of a new crime. 12 times. The racial disparity is stark. Black people are incarcerated in New York City jails for technical parole violations at more than 12 times the rate of white people. That's sad. We should change that. We can take action. The places to start is here. We can sign a petition. This is what you can do. This is what we all can do. We can contact our lawmakers. You can go to this website and use our pre-filled forms to email, text, and tweet your representatives. The site will do it all for you. Just put your information, name, and phone number or area code in, and it'll find it. You can volunteer your time. Get involved in an effort to transformative parole reform. It's still waiting to be passed by a legislator. All we want is freedom and justice for our brothers and sisters behind bars who haven't committed a new crime. It's not tough. I mean, my experience, a parole violation